Good morning, traders. This is Trader Jay. It is Thursday, August 31st, 2023, and I'm going to walk you through how I made a little over 11 points trading ES using Fibonacci retracements this morning. Now, as you can see, this is NinjaTrader 8. I'm using the Fibonacci retracements drawing tool, and this is the 5-minute chart drawing ES, and you can see down here I have the MACD indicator, and I also have the RSI and some volume indicators down here. Just to kind of show you what I have on my chart, even though really I'm just focusing on Fibonacci. I do have 4 EMAs, the 20, 50, 100, and 200, just for clarity so you know what you're looking at here on this chart. And right here, kind of in the middle of the screen, we are watching this live. This big red vertical line is the market open. So this is all pre-market over here, and this is everything that's happened this morning. Now, I have 3 arrows here where I took trades using Fibonacci retracements, and we'll walk through. So when the market opened this morning, you can see there was just a lot of volatility. Even on a 5-minute chart, that's a lot of volatility. When you look at this one candlestick here, when you look at the highs and the lows, it went from 45.25 all the way up to 43.35. 0.5. So that's over a 10-point bar when you take in the wicks. That's some pretty big swings in there, all to end up really with almost no movement. So there was a lot of volatility this morning. A lot of people were getting stopped out. And so I kind of waited looking for this trend. And you can see it really did start trending up. There was some market news this morning. You know, a lot of stuff happened. I was fairly confident we were going to be going up, but the way it opened, I wasn't really sure. It's too much volatility. So once we hit this low and it rejected, and you can see, and even in pre-market, it hit right around that same pre-market low. It started to climb up. And this is where I started to draw my Fibonacci retracement levels. So using the Fibonacci retracement drawing tool, you can see right here, if you click on your little drawing icon, Fibonacci retracements on my computer is F8. I started drawing it out. So what I did is I took the most recent swing low, even off of the candlestick. I don't use the body. The candlestick wick right here after the market opened as my low point. And it continued to climb all the way up until we hit this 4539.75 range. That's when we started to retrace. And you can see here, here's the 0%, 23.6, 38.2, 50%. 61.8 and 76.4 are the levels that I look for retracements to trade off of. So as it started coming down, you can see this one came all the way down past the 61.8%. Once it got down into this level, I entered a trade right here. I put in a buy limit or a buy stop order right here, so that if it came back up, it would trigger. Now, when I enter these trades, I always put my stop at a reasonable level. And in this case, using Fibonacci, I will put my stop at the next level down. So my stop, once I entered, and I use automated trading strategy to put I have an automatic profit target and a loss that goes in when I create that order. And then I can just readjust exactly where I want my stop and my target to be. So when it came back up and it triggered, I immediately moved my loss to the 76.4%, and I keep my target all the way up here at 0. So I'm looking for a full retracement all the way back up to that high. Now, it's not typical for me to get that, but that's where I put it. And I'll tell you how I trade this. So once it entered and it started to come up, I basically started to manually move my stop loss. So once it hit the 50% level, I moved my stop loss right up to break even plus 1 tick. That way, if it does come back down, I already have some money. I haven't lost everything. Once it got up into this area, I moved my stop loss up to the 50%, and I think I added 1 more tick in there just for a little bit of extra money. And as you can see here on that next candlestick, it came down and it stopped me out right here. What I was hoping for was the continuation all the way up to 100. But I just continued to wait. and it continued to come down again. We dropped below the 61.8%. Honestly, I thought we were going to drop below the 76.4%. But once it was down in here, I put in a buy stop order right here again. Same exact thing. When it came back up, it triggered. I ended up moving my profit target up to the 50% range again. I think plus one tick. And as you can see, the very next candlestick, I got stopped out. And that's okay, right? This is going to happen. So as we continue down a little bit, in the next 5-10 minutes, that next candlestick, it never actually hit the 61.8% range. And I thought to myself, hey, maybe we're not going to go any lower. We're going to rebound. But what happened? It continued to come lower. So it passed all the way through that 61.8%, passed all the way through the 76.4. And when it was down here, I said, you know what? It's either going to continue down all the way to 100%. Once it hits 100%, I consider that a full reversal and a reversal of the trend. But right now, we were still in that upwards move. And so I had put a buy stop limit right here at that 76.4%. And as you can see, when it was down here, it came back up, triggered, and I was right up in here with a small profit once that candlestick ended. And here's where I started to get concerned. It dropped back down below. I had every thought that I was going to get stopped out. I had moved my stop loss up to about right here, 45.2675. I wasn't going to put my stop all the way down here at 100%. So I put my stop just below that low point. Basically thinking, okay, if it comes down and it hits lower, we're probably going to see a full retracement to that 100% level. So I put it just below that stop, knowing if it gets there, it's probably going to continue down. And as you can see, it didn't. So I got lucky. I was a couple of ticks away from being stopped out. Came all the way up here, went past the 50% level, and I actually ended up moving my target up into this area. Ended up taking my profit. And so you can see that's kind of how I use Fibonacci retracements. And this one very easily could have stopped me out. And as you can see, that very next candlestick, had I not run that trailing stop, which I do manually, I would have been stopped out. I could have entered again, here, made another profit, but I'd already made my profits for the day. 2 or 3 trades. A lot of people will only take one, call it a day. That's all right. And as you can see, look at this. We have now done that full retracement like I mentioned. It went past that 100% range. So for me, this is a full reversal of that upward trend that we saw off of the opening of the market. And we'll see how this plays out for the rest of the day. So my final words to you, this can be a very profitable strategy. Do your due diligence. Make sure you understand how it works. Always run a stop loss. This was an easy, about 11 points that I made this morning when I factored everything in. I had other trades in here as well, but nothing that played off of Fibonacci retracement levels. So this is Trader J running on NinjaTrader 8. Hope you guys are having a safe and profitable trading day. Always run a stop loss. Use good risk management. That is how you are going to stay consistently profitable. And I hope to see you all in the Fortune 500 magazine as tomorrow's next best traders. Take care, everyone. Be safe, and I will see you next time. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel for more trading tips and tricks. Also, please check out From the Bottom Trading Group for a free Discord where we do live training with like-minded individuals, all learning from each other. Feel free to like and subscribe to both. Great group of people all trading together. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later.